Greetings from another planet, another world, wherever you're watching this podcast, okay? This is Shout from the Heart. I'm your host, Isaiah Pfeiffer, and this is like episode 32. Honestly, to be honest with you, I've lost track, and I know that's sad for me as a host to say, but I do so much throughout the week that I'm not even really thinking about the episode numbers until the day of when I announced welcome, the whole spill that I just did behind the camera as usual is Justice. And I know what you're thinking. We haven't seen or heard from Mom on TikTok in a while. Well, that's because Mom is busy with gymnastics scheduling and lyrics stuff, and people gotta go together to get lyrics. So Dad and Mom go to get lyric together. So it is what it is. Quick scheduling note, real quick. Tonight was supposed to be me and Dad. However, I pushed that back to next Friday. And the reason for that being is, if you recall, a couple weeks back, I said that next Friday we won't have a podcast. We will have a podcast to answer your question. Like I just said, I'll have my dad on with me next week. We'll be talking about a topic related to church, why these church systems are turning the church people off, and why a lot of these Christian rap songs and stuff like that, a lot of this gospel music is starting to sound secular more than spiritual. We're going to talk about that next week, and I have my thoughts on that, but I'm going to save my thoughts. I just kind of gave you a little intro to it, but next week on the 15th, because of Guilford County Schools that's down here in the surrounding triad area of North Carolina, the board meeting that I was supposed to go to was closed board meeting, and it happened earlier this week. So with that being said, I will be on next week, and my fellow cameraman won't be on the 23rd due to something going on. I'm not going to get into too much detail in that, but I will still be doing the podcast. It's just that everything will be set up early and everything, and I'll just be the only one to take it down and whatnot. Probably just be like last time when I had to do it by myself. Just put the phone right there by me and get to talking and doing what I do, But let's get right down on into what I wanted to talk about outside of that, just to give y'all kind of some scheduling updates. Oh, and also, if I don't finish this podcast in time and it bleeds over a little bit, I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, you guys didn't start exactly at 6 o'clock. Well, for that reason being, with the whole gymnastics scheduling, sometimes you eat dinner and it bleeds over into podcasting. So to avoid any interruptions per se, we're going to start that early, so we can get it on out the way and do what we need to do, eat, things of that nature, blase, blase. As you can see, I have my remote in my hand. What is this remote for? I'm glad you asked. This remote is for me to control when it is 6 o'clock, and I got my clock staring at me. It's 5 minutes till. I'm going to go ahead and hit this now because it's going to be some annoying music playing, but you guys are not going to actually hear the music. Actually, I have it on mute. I should. Cameraman, let me know if I had it on mute. It should be like a little line through the speaker. It's not on mute. What about now?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take this time out to get to the game. As you can tell by the gear, it is a Wake Forest game, and it is baseball, not basketball. Basketball is tomorrow. Okay. And we play our last season game against Clemson. I see it. We play our last season game against Clemson. Well, I got to wait till it actually turns 6 o'clock, I guess.
What?
Let me reload it. See what's due then. Because if it's 5 minutes till, then should be on.
Now you got 3 minutes.
Yeah, so probably just had to reload it. Reload it. it. And if not, I can always just go back out and figure it out there. It's no big deal. Yeah, I might just go back out and hit the home page. But, yeah, I'm going to do that. And let me go ahead and talk about this other topic I wanted to talk about. Not bracketology. I'm going to get to the bracketology here in a minute. But I wanted to talk about this guy who did an interview on The Breakfast Club. Drewski said he won $1 million in the Super Bowl betting with the Chiefs. Won that money, obviously, because if he bet the 49ers, he would have lost money, obviously. But he won money, and basically, I mean, he gambled. And I know a friend that has a problem. He won't admit that, but he has a problem with it. And I just wanted to say that gambling is a burden, okay? Especially when you know somebody that does it and don't want to admit to themselves that they have a problem. They think that it's just, oh, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. I win money off of this all the time. This, that, and the third. But a lot of these people don't understand this. Is that a lot of these sites that are so-called good are not good, okay? Just because they're online and whatnot, it doesn't mean that it's all good. It doesn't mean that it's all bad either. But, I mean, I know some people that own them type of sites, you know, and do some things behind the scenes like that. And I see justice. I just got out of it. Okay, you interrupted my train of thought here. And I know people that been in that situation, and it's a burden. It's challenging to be in that situation where you are trying to help out this person, and this person just doesn't want to receive help. They think that, oh, it's not really an issue. Well, it is. It is an issue when all you do all the time, every day, every time that there's a big old tournament going on or anything sports related going on, you place a bet. And to me, I never really got into that type of stuff. You know, there's been times where I wanted to experiment in that, but you know, at the same time, I don't partake in that sort of thing. I don't partake in that because it's just not me. It's not meant for me. It's meant for certain people, and certain people can get into that, but I can't get into that. And the fact that this guy said he won $1 million, and guess what he decided to do with it? Bless his family, you know, take care of his family with it, and that's all well and good. If you decide to do good things with your money, your gambling money, that's all well and good. I commend anybody that does that and wants to do that. However, I'm about like my pastor. He says, if you're playing the lottery or anything like that, the church don't want your money. And if I personally say that if you are doing that and you are about that, I personally don't want your money. I don't want anything related in that area because I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to get caught up in that. Because anybody that, you know, there's an old saying that says guilty by association.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm associated in that with you and I don't have to partake in it, but I see you doing it, and something just decides to pop off to where, you know, some people are coming after you and whatever the case may be, you know, I'm not going to be around long enough. Okay, yeah, I try telling people this all the time. Look, all that glitters is not gold. Okay, that's an old saying as well. All that glitters is not gold. You know, this whole idea that, oh, I can gamble and I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be fine. nothing happens to me. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this, and I'm gonna win money off of it. I'm gonna survive off of it. But you may not be able to survive off that gambling money. What happens? What happens if something like a big emergency or something comes up? You win money, but you have to use that money to spend on something that big. Read that to me, Justice. It does say 6 o'clock, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I need them to go live so I can see the game, my man. I'm like, dang.
It's probably just
Dang,
technical
God.
difficulties.
Like, shoot.
Either
man,
that.
I'm trying to watch the game. Come on now. I'm trying to do the podcast now.
At least play the music.
Yeah, play the music. Something. Do something. I'm not going to keep on reloading this thing. Okay? I'm not going to keep on doing this.
Yeah, because it's 6:03.
Like, 3 minutes. Let me see something here, because,
It's past 6.
if I can watch this live on my thing now, come on now. Listen, if I can watch this live on my thing, something wrong. Gotta see these live sports and live scores. But yeah, like what I was saying, no, I don't need that. I was going to do that already. I don't need bracketology. I need just a regular ESPN site. Yeah, well, I don't need that either. I don't need the ESPN Plus stuff either. Lord have mercy. Just ESPN, that's all I needed. Okay. No, not Brett. It's frustrating when the computer doesn't do what you... Oh my God.
Did it pop up bracketology?
Yes, we're gonna get to that, but it's gotta stop.
We know that we're gonna talk about bracketology. We want to know what's going on with that game. That's what we want to know.
Yeah, that's what I want to know, and that's what I want to see, but freaking ESPN and whatever they're freaking doing.
Probably not paying attention.
Yeah, well, they need to pay attention. Shoot, I got too much riding on here, okay? Baseball. Where's college baseball at? Baseball. I see MLB. I don't see college baseball on here. I'm typing in Wake Forest baseball here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called a station break.
Had one of those before.
Had a lot of these during these podcasts, a station break. Trying to get to where I need to be. You gotta keep you on your toes where you gotta be. Now, oh, did I tell you guys that last Friday last week I went to a baseball game? I don't think I told them that on the podcast. I don't think so.
Nope.
I went to a baseball game, and it just so happened it was Wake Forest game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
It was a Wake Forest baseball game.
Now let's see if this baseball game.
Taking a walk outside to the stadium, and I just so happened to see the team bus pull up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a kid. I become a kid. Like, dude, that's the bus. That's the stadium. That's. I'm like, this is my first game seeing them, man. Come on now. I mean, who wouldn't be excited seeing their team in person? Like, who would not be excited to see that? Okay, anybody would be excited to see that. Come on, man. seems like none of these games at 6. Like, I'm looking at all these games, scrolling down. None of these games are starting when they're supposed to be starting. Like,
They're alive, but
like, yeah, like, and it still
See?
say 6 o'clock for us.
and look, it's 7 minutes over.
Yeah, it's like 7 minutes now. Is there something I need to know about?
Like,
Some weather delay or something that I
did the
don't
game
need to know
get
about?
canceled for
No,
somewhere?
the games don't get canceled, Justice. The games don't get canceled.
Like,
Okay, this is professional. These are professional athletes in the college ranks. The games don't get canceled, okay? Weather delay. Weather delay. What's this say? Backing up an hour.
an hour.
Oh, well, the game is at 7. Pooh. Okay, that no wonder why it isn't live. So now I got more time to riff and raff about the game that I actually went to. If that's the case, then I'll just throw this remote over here, turn the TV off, and throw the remote right there. Wow, every freaking time here lately, it's always been a freaking weather delay, except with the exception of these afternoon 4 o'clock games. But like, it's like, man, I can't win for losing. Like, dang, daggone, man. I wanted to at least see some action, but you all get what I'm saying about the whole gambling thing. I don't condone it, and I don't necessarily hate it either. I just
Don't like
you want to use your money for that, and that's fine. But I wouldn't accept dirty money. That's just dirty money. I don't care. You guys can try. You gamblers can try to justify it, like, oh, it's online. It's not. Nobody owns it. Okay, you keep telling yourself that lie. Okay, there's people that are behind the scenes that are working and laughing at you right now, because they taking your money. Okay, because you do realize in order to place a bet, you have to put money down on something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose that bet,
You owe
lose
them that money.
Okay, that's all part of gambling. That's what it is.
But if you win,
But
you
if
get
you
that
win,
money.
you get more money. Okay,
Get your money
it's
back.
all analytics. That's all betting is. It's analytics for money. That's all it is. Who's going to win this? And who's going to have more points than this? And who's going to score the most points in this game? And who's going to get the first shot? And who's going to have the color Gatorade? And who's going to have the red jersey on? And who's going to have this on? And who's going to do... All those
It's just
questions
a
are
who's gonna do
impossible,
what.
man. It's like, I saw a question on there about the Super Bowl a couple months back, or a couple weeks back, rather, because it was just only last month. The season, the 2024-2023 season officially, according to the NFL, starts on March 13th. No schedules or anything coming out. Stay tuned for the Crossover Sports Show, where I will give you a complete breakdown of the draft, everybody's team, including the Eagles, everybody that has a team, I'll do the 49ers, I'll do the Eagles, of course, I'll do the Cowboys, the Giants, the Packers, because there's 2 Packers fans, and I'll do the Dolphins. And I'll do the Panthers, because the same guy that likes the 49ers likes the Panthers, but he flocks more so towards the 49ers, so he's really a 49ers fan. He just I don't know, this weirdness that all these Carolina fans, that because the Panthers have had losing seasons here lately, they feel like, oh, well, we got to have a second favorite team and just flock to a winner. Well, I felt like that a couple seasons back when we were 4-11-1, and we got rid of Doug the year at, that same year, like as soon as the season was over, we got rid of him. Even though he led us to a Super Bowl and everything. And it's kind of the same story with the 49ers. They got rid of their defensive guy, their defensive coordinator. And it wasn't his fault, okay? He was just doing what Kyle Shanahan told him to do. So if you want to blame anybody, you blame Kyle Shanahan. And Kyle Shanahan up there talking about some we decided to mutually part ways. What? No, you didn't. What it was is you don't want to take the heat for losing in the big game, so you decide to fire somebody that had nothing to do with the loss. Nothing. Yeah, he changed up the defensive game plan, but it was because of your rule. You told him to do that in the second half. You told him to do that. And as a result, you lost. You choked. You choked when you was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. You choked a 14-point lead or 28-point lead, whatever lead it was, against Tom freaking Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
You can never do that. Never do that.
You don't give Tom Brady that much and led it to a first ever overtime in Super Bowl history, in which we all know what happened there. The Falcons lost. Obviously. And then you get to the same Super Bowl matchup against the Chiefs. You had them up by 14. You had them. And then you choked again. Because you did some stupid stuff. And then we get to rematch number 2. Just happened a few weeks ago, where Usher. The only good thing about that game is that we had. There's 2 good things about that game. We had a second Super Bowl in history that went to overtime, and Usher performed his butt off. Okay, do you hear me? Usher is the man. Okay, give this man his flowers, man. I don't think we give Usher enough credit, man. We all talk about R. Kelly being the king of R&B, but this man is locked up now. Okay, I think that crown, with all due respect, falls on Usher now. Because Usher is still making music. Where's R. Kelly at? In the penitentiary. For touching on little girls, who has been doing this for years. Yet, up until now, we decide to lock him up. Yet, you parents wasn't complaining when he was getting money for y'all. You weren't complaining when the money was good. Now the money done stopped because of these allegations. It got dropped from his label and all this other stuff. Leads into this whole Surviving R. Kelly documentary, which leads into him getting locked up, which leads into victims. Every time you play a R. Kelly song, he's not seeing that money. Guess who's seeing that money? The victims. R. Kelly is not making any type of income.
He's in the jail cell.
He's broke.
No money.
No money. And even when he gets out, he'll have to register as a sex offender. And, yeah, that's just how the dice roll, my man.
Never should have did that.
Let's get to the stupidness of Joe Lunardi, who doesn't know a daggone thing.
He don't.
About basketball. Doesn't know a thing about basketball.
He does not.
Doesn't know a thing about basketball. Yeah, he has us as the next 4 out because we lost 3 games in a row. Yeah, whatever. Okay, like I listen to you. All the net rankings and everything says that we're going to get a tournament spot.
The numbers
say we're getting a tournament spot. Not to mention the fact that conference championships or the conference tournaments are next week for us. And we got a game tomorrow. So a lot can happen between tomorrow.
We can win tomorrow against Clemson.
Like, I mean, if we beat Clemson, I mean, come on now. We're shooing. Come on now. Come on now. Oh my God. It's like this guy doesn't want to see any ACC teams out here besides Carolina and Duke. Now he has Virginia in there. And he has Clemson in there. Which Clemson is pretty good. I get that. But Virginia?
Kind of.
Virginia is like a bag of assorted chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get till you get it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how they are, and that's how they've been playing all season. Okay,
sometimes it's a bad
and you got to take
flavor.
into consideration that was only our first loss at home. Okay, Georgia Tech is actually pretty good. Now, when we faced them at home the first time, they just were off their game.
Yeah.
They came to the Joel Coliseum, and I kid you not, they opened the floodgates. We were down 14-0, and the only time we led was by 1 point towards the end of the game. They came back off a missed travel call, because it was a freaking travel. Some people go back and watch the highlights. It was a freaking travel, okay? This man tripped and still had the dribble going and was trying to compose himself, okay? Now, I'm no basketball guru or rules expert, but by rule, is that not a travel?
It is.
Because if it's not, I don't know what is. I don't know what constitutes as a travel. I mean, they're not just going to walk with the ball.
If you take more than two steps with the ball. If you take more than 2 steps
and you still have a dribble and you don't reposition yourself, guess what? That's a travel. And they didn't call it. They called it a jump ball. Georgia Tech takes possession and lucky bounce off the rim. No time on the clock. We throw it in and we can't score. And it happens, we lost. And see, the stupidness. He's stupid. Joe Lunardi is so stupid. Because he's talking about, oh, well, you know, the Demon Deacons, they are on the bubble. But in order for them to stay there, they have to beat Georgia Tech convincingly. What?
What? Convincingly? What is that?
First of all, let's focus on just winning. Okay, how about that?
Yeah.
Okay, Georgia Tech is not a bad team.
We can get all pretty and stuff later.
Okay.
Let's just get the win.
I'll do you one better. Hold on. I'm going to Google this question. Will Wake Forest men's basketball? I got to make sure I get that right because the women lost in the tournament to Florida State last night.
Oh, come on.
Well, they sucked anyway. You look at their record, it was like 6-20.
God.
So they're not as good as the men. Okay. Now last year they were on the same level with the men, but
they just
this year they're sorry. They suck. I don't know if it was transfer portal or what it was, but
tiredness.
They just suck.
Couldn't make it.
ESPN says we're on the wrong side of the bubble. But it's not ESPN's decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's not even Joe Lunardi's decision. It's the decision up to the committee. And like I said, the net rankings. You look at the net rankings, we're number 31. According to my calculations, isn't that good enough to be in the tournament itself? Come on now. Hello.
Is it top 50?
Yes, it's the top 68 teams in the nation.
Well, we definitely up in
we're
there.
We're 31 in the net rankings last time I checked.
So that's 37 numbers that we've done with.
Listen,
so
last time I checked, we should be in there.
Yeah.
And we are 15-1 at home. Yeah, our road record sucks, but I mean we split with Georgia Tech. Okay. We split with Duke.
It's like the Philadelphia Eagles do with the Cowboys.
Yes. And I said this on the show. Everybody kind of laughed and smirked. I said North Carolina and Duke, that's not even the big rivalry anymore. At one point in time it was. But last weekend, you saw the big rivalry.
Man.
You saw it. You saw it the weekend before last. You saw it. You saw Duke and Wake Forest. And I know you can't put Wake Forest in the same category as North Carolina because they don't have as much national championships as they do. But riddle me this, okay? Why is it that the games we play against Duke are a whole lot closer than the games that they play against Duke? I'm just saying.
Like, that don't make sense.
Saying, man. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, man.
I'm just
Please.
saying something to be saying something.
I'm just saying something to be saying something. You
like,
right.
Just
I
give
don't
me an
know what it
answer.
is.
Give me
Like,
any answer.
Just please stop. Cause you know, you look at the game we had in Durham. Yeah, we lost.
Yeah.
But look at the score margin versus this, and compare that to the score margin of the first time that North Carolina and Duke faced each other. Compare that to the score margin. I can
barely
let you know right
lost. Now. Barely.
I'll get back to that here in a minute. Let me see this. Okay. Duke versus Wake Forest scores. All right. So the first time at home, and I need you to do some math for me, sir.
Okay.
All right. First time we played them was at home.
Mm-hmm.
They won 77-69. I need you to do that math for me.
8.
Okay. That's an 8-point game right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's do this. UNC versus Duke. Score. Okay, the first time they played each other, 93-84, which was Carolina, 93-84.
9.
And what was our score?
8.
Margin? 8.
That's only up by
that's
1.
1 point. See, we played them a whole lot closer than what y'all did. Seeing as though we're down by 1 point, y'all had a 9-point victory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Had a 9-point victory. We had 8 point when we faced Duke the first time. Y'all had 9. And when we faced y'all in North Carolina, we were only down by 1 point at halftime, and we was locking down Baycott. The only reason we lost was because we went from a zone to man-to-man. You don't play man-to-man on Carolina. They'll pick you apart.
They're going to pass
They will pick you apart. They're going to shoot threes. They're going to have Baycott go down up in the paint, and they're going to bully ball. That's all they're going to do, man. They're going to bully you in the paint. And you fell for it in the second half. That's what we did.
They kept biting.
Listen, we could have easily beat Carolina. Well, not easily, but I'm just saying.
We could have won.
All right, let me talk my junk real quick. We could have won that game against Carolina.
Yeah.
Had it not been for the defensive game plan changing.
Yeah.
Okay, we could have
we could do some damage.
I keep saying easily. Screw it. I'm gonna say it anyway. We could have easily did some damage against Carolina. We could have easily beat them. We had them on the ropes in the first half.
We was locking them down.
After mistake, and the defense wasn't locking up and tightening up. Then, man, we could have had it, man. And then we probably would have had a different conversation now. Because the committee, again, is the final say-so. Let me see what happens here. Lost to Georgia Tech. Wake Forest stars for March Madness berth. Get a boost after Syracuse falls to Clemson. Okay. See, and these are experts, guys. These are not know-it-all idiots from ESPN saying that we're... No.
Like Joe Lunardi.
Joe Lunardi is an idiot. And I'll say it again. Joe Lunardi is an idiot. Okay?
He doesn't deserve any respect. He doesn't know how to do his job.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back because they said something. Wake Forest bracketology. Wake Forest. Okay. Wake Forest bracketology. 2024 NCAA. Okay. March Madness. That's a March 8th. Okay, Wake Forest ranks 16 and 12 in the 18 and 12 in the conference. 16 and 12 overall. The AP poll is non-ranked. Coaches poll is 37. RPI is 96. Sorry, I keep moving my head, but the mic is in the way. Odds to win, I don't need all that.
We don't need the odds.
I don't need the.
When the odds are against us, we do what we can.
Okay, we're 2-4 in quad 1.
Yay.
5-5 against quad 2.
Mm-hmm.
Quad 3, we're 5-3, and we're 6-0 against quad 4.
Yay.
Next game is against the Clemson Tigers.
Mm-hmm. Or Cats.
On ACC Network. We're not going to do that right now because they are pretty good in basketball. Yeah, but it's not telling me like the bracket top. Like it's not giving me like a clear cut. Okay,
Yeah.
if they do this tomorrow,
Then
they can at least
get
that.
this.
Yeah, they're not. That's not. I'm looking for that.
If they do this, they can get this in return.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I ain't looking for.
Like, we're not looking for the
looking for
bracketology per se. We're
No.
looking for if they win.
I'm looking at what the experts say. I'm not
Yeah.
looking at.
What?
I'm not looking at anything outside of that. Any expert. I just don't listen to Joe Lenardi no more.
Yeah. He's
Joe
not an
Lenardi-
expert. He's
Joe Lenardi ain't even all that accurate like
Yeah.
they say he is.
Like-
'Cause Joe Lenardi,
he don't deserve respect. Like, hey. Like, bro. He's not as accurate as they would call him. Like,
and I saw. Hold on. This is a person from the committee, and I think he said we were in New Mexico for this round. Hold on.
over here.
Hold on. This is a person from the committee. All right, Purdue. I saw something about Wake Forest, but I didn't like.
How long have you been tracking our car's value?
Yeah, I need that muted. Okay. I saw something about Wake Forest. I saw something. They said something about Wake Forest.
What's it down here? Yep. Wait for us. Right there.
What does it say?
ACC. And
Conference with multiple teams in Cats bracket predictions. Clemson, Duke, North Carolina, Virginia, Wake Forest. Boom! There you go. That's the committee.
That
See,
is
I don't
the
even care.
information.
I don't even care. Look.
that's
you
the
in the
information
hey,
that
I'm
we
in the
were
bracket,
looking
bruh.
for, Zay.
Bruh. That's the
Zay.
information I'm looking for.
Zay.
And look at this. It's coming from, look at the site. Look at what site it's coming from. It ain't coming from the know-it-alls at ESPN that think they know everything. It's coming from the NCAA.
Madness.
Wow. It's coming from the NCAA. Wow.
It's coming from
That's
Andy
crazy.
Kratz' first projections of March.
Yeah. Andy Kratz first, but now, hold on now. Hold the phone.
Because
We
he
gotta
could
make
say
sure
something else.
when this date is posted. We gotta go back out. See when this
Because that
when
might
this was
be
posted.
old.
Okay, yeah. Oh wait, this was 5
35.
days ago. This was 5 days ago, so it's still recent.
So,
He may, depending on what we do tomorrow and what we do in the conference, because he is part of the committee.
he
He
bring
may
us
change
up.
it. He may change it.
He may bring us up.
He may
He
change it.
says 3 days ago.
No, I'm looking at this. That's 5 days ago. It says 5. That's 5 days.
Thought you were looking at that.
Yeah, this says 5, right?
It says 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 3 then.
So it's
So
still
today's
pretty
Friday.
recent.
Yeah, that's recent. So,
that
was-
was on Tuesday.
yeah, that's Tuesday.
So, yeah, we
He could update
Yeah.
it tonight. He could,
yeah, anything's possible.
Hey, listen. As long as he say we are a bid in there, we have a bid in there, we good. We straight.
Despite loss against Georgia Tech,
I just read that
Wait.
earlier on. Just get back behind the camera, man. Calm down. I got it. Okay, calm down. I got it.
I wanted to read it.
Okay, well, I just read it a few minutes ago. Wake Forest March Madness Bubble Watch. Yeah, can Wake Forest impress its NCAA tournament chance with a win over Clemson? Maybe.
Yeah.
Deeks and regular season finale. Wake Forest. I don't need that. I'm just trying to figure out, Yeah. March Madness. Okay, here's one that's from 8 hours ago, but this one is from a different site.
8 hours ago, right? So
yeah, for ACC basketball teams. Okay, this was today, 8 hours ago. 8 hours ago. You gotta do some math, sir. This is today from 8 hours
10
ago.
o'clock.
The last four in, and this was 8 hours ago, guys.
At 10 o'clock.
Okay, note the projections do not take. The projections do not take into account games that took place on Monday, March 4th. Okay. Well, we didn't have a game on Monday. We had a game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, according to this guy, the last four in Virginia, Wake Forest, Colorado, and Villanova are the last four in.
So we are the second out of all those.
And the first four out is Seton Hall, Providence, St. John's, and Pitt. Yeah. So, hey, look.
Hey,
See, Joe Lenardi don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because they got the
committee is talking
committee
some different stuff.
has said Wake Forest. I've heard, man, the committee can't keep our name out of their mouth.
Like,
I've heard
they're
the committee
talking
talk
about us.
We're the last four in.
He's talking junk about us.
He's saying, "Oh, well, we need to do this." What?
But they're saying a different.
We're last four in according to the committee, sir. I'm gonna need you to do your research. Do your research.
Get your facts straight
And this
before
was
you talk to me.
Man, this was 8 hours ago off the Fayetteville Observer. Fayetteville is a city in North Carolina, guys, which is about going towards the beach. It's about an hour and a half less than going towards Myrtle. About 2 hours. 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Close to 2 hours, I'd say. It's about an hour and a half. It's like going the opposite way if I was going to see my Nana. It's going back the opposite way. Let's see here. 7 hours ago, NC State and Maryland's ACC altered the. Okay, let's use the Washington Post, which is pretty. The NCAA tournament was never the same after 1954. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't talking about that. I'm just trying to figure out who's, if they got Wake Forest in their mouth. Anything that has something to do with Wake Forest, ACC tournament, schedule, and bracket. No. Men's March Madness bubble winners and losers. Wake Forest picks up their major tournament boost. Okay, that's in the USA Today. That was 2 weeks ago. Oh man, that was 2 weeks ago. I need something more relevant. Okay, that was a 1 day ago. What we just read, that despite the Georgia Tech loss to Wake Forest, odds to March Madness berth get a boost after Syracuse falls to Clemson.
So.
Okay, we just read that one. 2 days ago, the men's looks bubble teams. Yeah, we're a bubble team. I think that's what they're saying. Syracuse men is the NCAA tournament still within reach for the Orange? No, it's not, because y'all really did us a favor when you beat Clemson, or when you lost to Clemson. You really did us a favor.
You
Who's
gave
locked
us a better chance of getting in the bubble. A bigger chance.
You just gave us a huge boost. So really tomorrow we just bottom line,
win or
we need to
lose, we still have a chance to get in there.
Yeah, we gotta win.
Yeah.
Okay, winning.
Want to win, but
okay, ACC. I need to go to the ACC. The Big 12 has 8 bids. 8 teams that are getting in, according to what I see. SEC has 12 teams that are getting in. Big East has 8. Big 10 has 8. Mountain West has 8. ACC has 3. All right, and right now on the bubble, now the locks for the 3 are Carolina, Duke, and Clemson. Right now on the bubble, we are on the bubble. We're on the bubble right now. Virginia, Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, and Syracuse. No, Syracuse is out, according to this.
Yay!
They're out of it. Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh, us, and Virginia are all alive still. We're still alive. It's gonna be something, a sight to see. I'm sorry, I got carried away here with this whole thing. I'm so excited.
Yay!
The committee says it's giving us our props, and Joe Lenardi's not. And
Yeah,
Joe
he's just
Lenardi,
talking junk.
He's such
He doesn't know what he's doing.
such a clout chaser.
Fire him!
Such a clout chaser. Don't know what he's doing.
Fire him!
Doesn't know what he's doing.
Fire
all.
him!
But yeah, we're going to close out this podcast on a high note. I'm your man, doing the thing, holding it down. Isaiah Pfeiffer. We'll see you next week with my dad. And yay!
Mm-hmm.